Good morning. Happy Friday, team. Welcome back to our weekly recap and obviously morning prep as well. Together with the guys, Patrick and Maciej. Welcome, guys.
Hello.
Welcome, everybody.
All right. So today, let's go over some of the recent news. Obviously, on Wednesday, we had the NVIDIA earnings, and NVIDIA earnings had the really negative results after the event yesterday. So we're going to go over that. But basically, what's shaking up a little bit the market is the recent news on kind of like the AI trend. So yesterday, Block or Square from Jack Dorsey um, announced that they are firing almost half of the staff. So due to AI, so that's massive. 4,000 people at the company will lose their job, and the stock obviously popped up 20%. But that's like a really massive thing happening. And I was speaking with a few of my friends that work in tech. A lot of things are changing also in the tech space. So understanding what the big Max 7 are going to do, Meta, Microsoft, all of that after this trend is going to be very important. Just remember last time this happened is when Elon Musk acquired Twitter, came in, fired almost half of the staff, and obviously that followed by the big tech also laying off a lot of people, right? So as a trader, why is that important? Because how is that going to affect the job market, the economy, um, the stability of the market, and all of that stuff? So looking at this trend, very important. The second trend that we see is within the SaaS business. So if you are not familiar, SaaS are like software as a service, typical companies like Salesforce or similar. They're also struggling due to AI, right? So um, if we go back in the chart, those has been a trend that's been ongoing over the past few weeks. Understanding also the impact on that would be very important. But going back to our chart, first, let's look at NVIDIA. NVIDIA was down about almost 5%, 6% yesterday, but we're still holding the swing model lower band here. So this area today could become very important. Just remember, the swing model can provide you some supportive analysis and some levels that you can use for spread trading, for directional plays, and we're now approaching kind of like our lower band from 2 days ago. So still very valid. And of course, we have our 5 days lower band here. If we go back to our dashboard, guys, you want to put on mute? Sorry, guys. If we want to go back to our dashboard, then you can see basically here the success rate of the model over the past kind of like 2 months, 4 months, sorry, 118 days. So our current lower band sits at 173.62, but we do have the past lower bands as well to support us, right? So the lower band sits here from yesterday, but we do have the last 5 days as well because they're still valid, right? So very important to look at those levels as supporting tool. Those are available on all stocks, indices, and ETFs, right? And going back to the dashboard, you can also see them right here. So if we now look at next week, what do we have? I think a very big one is Broadcom. They're reporting earnings next week. I believe is Tuesday, Tuesday or Wednesday. I checked it before, and basically what we want to see there. Let's go over how the positioning stand and what are the things to watch here. So we are sitting in a negative gamma environment, as you can see here, and we are in a very bearish option score. Our Q score shows a very bearish option activity. Momentum is kind of neutral. We are sitting in a very high volatility, which is, of course, normal because we are ahead of earning. The IV rank is also pretty elevated, so that suggests that obviously selling strategies in this case can lead to better results than buying strategies because remember, when you buy When implied volatility is high, you are paying a higher premium. So obviously, there's more risk involved if the price does not move in your direction. So whenever you play options, just bear in mind that. And then, of course, we can look at the matrix. So something interesting, today we are going to have about 55.6% of negative gamma expiring. So interesting to see what's going to happen after today's expiration on Broadcom and how the market is going to reposition for next week for the earnings. Maybe they're going to shift, they're going to roll the position to next weekly. Let's see what happens at the end of the day. And then, of course, our swing model is on the bearish side. We have our upper band 347 and our risk trigger 296. So if we go back to our chart, so we now shifted from a bullish bias to now a bearish bias. Right here, you can see that we have our upper band right there. So this can become our upper area. And then, of course, you have a big cluster of swing level here around this area. So we are very close to those areas. We're about 10 points down. So understanding how the price will move before earnings, and also a lot of gamma expiring today. So just bear in mind. Again, VRP, pretty elevated. What does that mean? That obviously, if you are an option trader, you probably have more opportunities if you're selling option in this situation than buying, because again, you are paying a very high premium. So there's always risk involved there. And then what else? Yeah, let us know, guys, if you have questions on this, and we can also analyze other assets if you want. I don't see any questions. Yeah, Maciej, I don't know if you want to go over the.
Sure. So, good morning, traders. Welcome. What we have today? So, in next 20 minutes plus, PPI is coming, so be careful. Later, after the bell, another 15 minutes, PMI from Chicago also will show. And near the middle of the day, we have Trump speaks on local TV. So, be careful on this side. We should get some pressure, and also from the news, a lot of informations are getting like the same. What I mean by that, Chinese people are coming to home from Israel, and a lot of people from USA also get some communications. Another countries joined to the same schema, so I'm guessing this weekend can be very hot, so be careful also with your positions. Right now, gold, I'm guessing, will be still with buying opportunity. Why? To protect before the weekend. So let's jump and take a look to our CTE models. So first things first, a little bit still reduction on gold, silver, adding to the long on palladium, reducing on copper, also aluminium. So right now we have a mixed picture. What is going on also with Dr. Dollar? Let's take a look. Solid, nothing changed. Right now a little bit on the long position, so 97.98 on dollar right now is oscillating, and positioning still are jumping, sometimes to the up, sometimes to the down, so plus minus on zero. What else is interesting? So let's take a look. Price on gold going to the upside, CTAs reducing long positions, and we are not such a far also to drop plus minus to the ground when usually they are having inverted position, and unwind what they have. On silver also a little bit drop, so let's take a look what is going on. Active tickers, let's check together. On gold, jet contract, on silver, K contract, so April and May. So let's start with gold. and let's dive together to our Q score. What we have: volatility score 4 is high, option score is positive, momentum is also positive and high, seasonality is neutral, and in our option matrix today, positive GEX, also positive DEX, predicted move $95, 95 points. Put call ratio 0.83. What it means? More call than puts are sitting on jet contract right now. Also, where we are dropping and jumping to our GEX or expiration, boom, voila, a lot of positive GEX is sitting from 52 to 5600, and after dropping below 52, we are dropping to negative gamma regime, first support around 5k, and later some strikes a little one right now sitting around 49.50 and later 47.00. Nearest perspective, first expiration today, positive gamma, next expiration neutral, we can say. So let's match it together. Right now, main strike 52, 52.50, 53.00, and if we drop this zone, then we have negative gags, so extended moves, bigger volatility, first support 51.50 and later 51.00. If we drop this zone, then 5k should be our next target. If we are looking for Monday, boom, voila, main strikes from positive gags sitting on 51.25, later 52, 52.50 and above 53.00. Mixed picture is sitting between 51 and 52.00, and if we drop 51, then negative regime is coming, extended moves and bigger volatility, 50.80, 50.50, 50.00 and 49.50 plus minus as another target. So I hope this is clear. So let's take a look what is going on our charts. From yesterday, I was not removing our zones, and take a look. We have similar picture. So still 53 is sitting with right now new magnetic clusters. So let's map it together. Boom, voila, 53 call resistance, gamma wall 0 DTE 1 day max. Later call resistance with 2 times risk trigger sitting around 54.00 to 54.60. So we have a very big gap here. But if we drop below HVL and blind spots, what we have as a plan B, boom, voila, put support 0 DTE, 1 day mean and HVL. And if we drop below this zone, then acceleration to the downside should be very quick. Also extended moves, then lower band with blind spot as a first target. Also we was seeing this on our JAX chart, and another lower band from 2 days ago when we converted GLD to gold jet contracts right now. Usually I'm use auto ratio for this. GLD, the same picture, our clusters from today, from yesterday. I wasn't remove this, so right now let's map it together. Everything, boom, of course, first cluster, blind spot to 1 day max call resistance, 486 as a main price, we can say. Later, 2 times risk trigger, 495 near 500, round number. But if right now blind spot 10 will be holding, then boom, here is our main point, but we have core resistance, gamma wall, put support and 2 times blind spot. If the zone will not hold, then later we have another zones, a lot of blind spots supporting 1 day mean, later another time similar cluster with HVL and blind spots, and below 40, 58 and 52 lower bands 1 day ago and from 2 days ago sitting. So let's also check how it looks GLD in our dashboard. Volatility high, option score positive and high, momentum to say, seasonality neutral. And what is interesting, boom, voila, today we have a lot of positive CACs and DEX. And Fabio, please give us some tips how we can interpret this. What kind of tips are hidden here?
I mean, the most important is looking at the JAX change and DAX change from the previous day. So the third four column that you see there, and the other one is the amount of gamma expiring today. So 19.8%, right? So that means that at the end of the day, all those options on this expiration are going to be either expire worthless or in the money, but market makers are not going to need to hedge any longer for 19% of the total gamma that we have on this asset. So what typically happens is we need to monitor what's going to happen after. So is the market going to reposition themselves at further expirations? Are they going to reposition themselves higher or lower? So looking at the levels, how they change, and also understanding, if they're rolling those positions or not.
And positive GEX and DEX supporting also long side,
Yeah.
I'm guessing. Am I right with this?
Yeah, correct.
Awesome. So expected move 9 points for today. So right now we are before start 480 plus minus for a simple calculation, 10 points for 90, if not for 70. So quick review what we have. Option interest chart for GLD. Right now we are sitting on 480, so round number here above us. Each time 5 points, we have bigger strike with much more call open interest position than put open interest also. So this should be very clear. The highest strike right now with volume sitting on 496. Right now we are on 480, so plus minus here. Another volume big resistance 487, 490, 496. So right now those stairs should give us also support trying to get to this number with the time if nothing changed. Also with the news from Middle East, what is going on, we can connect the dots, and usually we know that gold is protection. So I'm guessing before we get a weekend, gold, we have pressure to the upside. But this is only my private opinion, so I hope you understand. 472, 460, from 460, still from all expiration on GLD, positive GEX sitting. Everything we can connect, matching, boom, the same today. First expiration near 20% of gamma, only positive strikes right now. So if we know how to read this, how to interpret this, we also know how to trade this. Right now, silver, we are touching 1 day max, above us, core resistance, and 2 times risk trigger sitting, round number, we crossing 90 also. If yes, then acceleration to the upside should be very quick. But we stay in this box very long time. Right now we are trying to push last highs from 25 of February. So from yesterday perspective, is it possible? Of course, the main trend line, as you can see, working very well. If yes, and this we can add as our plus minus point of view on the market. If we cross this, then acceleration to the upside will be confirmed from my perspective. Below us, first cluster, HVL, HVL0 DTE and put support, and here is a switch. Why? Because we are dropping from positive gamma to negative gamma, and I love that kind of clusters when we have 2 times in the same zone HVL. This is such a beautiful picture for me, what is going on the market. Later, 1 day mean, and of course 2 times lower band from 1 and 2 days ago when we are converting SLV to silver future contract, and later another gap and sitting put support on 72. This is how it looks. Silver So right now, let's jump to our dashboard. Volatility score 3, option score and momentum high and positive, seasonality neutral, and GEX also neutral positive, not such a big number like we have on gold. Predicted move 4 points for dollars. Net GEX. Voila. Let's take a look. Right now 92. Let's match it together. So big support below us, above 95, and later 100 sitting. Each time we have the same configuration, $5, we have something interesting sitting. But if we drop below 90, then acceleration to the downside will be very quick. At what we can expect, higher volatility, first support from positive GEX sitting on 80. If this does not hold, then I'm guessing quick drop to 70 plus minus zone should be done. Today expiring 2% of gamma, main strike sitting on 90, above us a little support from positive GEX, and also on 91 sitting a little bit fella who are trying to choppiness. But if we drop below 90, 89.5, then take a look what a gap we have. First target 87 and 87.5. If this zone not hold, then 86, 85, 84. So very nice. Another expiration. Monday, positive two strikes, 195, and later very big strike, 85, 87 sitting. So we know exactly where it's where, and if we match also Monday picture with our chart, boom, voila, 87 HVL put support. So this is why I'm trying to help you with this to understand, switch our cluster mode, and then what we can expect. So if you're connecting all dots, I hope this was very clear to you. Right now, SLV silver ETF, we are trying to beat after the first drop and correction, the last highs from the bigger perspective. If yes, then perhaps this is head and shoulders pattern and one of kind of accumulation of also schema from Wyckoff perspective. If yes, that kind of distance we can add from 1 day max if we cross this plus minus this zone 83.5, then to the upside. And from the upside perspective, we still have a gap sitting on 115, waiting perhaps to cover. And if we match this together, I will be not surprised that we will get extra match for this. Yeah, plus minus to cover this. Excellent from price action perspective what is going on. So if we have some simple tools like trend lines, for example, to see what is going on. So let's map it very quickly together. Then we know exactly what we can expect. If this will be a channel plus minus, then voila, near the upper band is sitting 1 day max. But if upper band will be crossed, then pressure to the risk triggers, I'm guessing, will be very quick, and acceleration on our charts. SLB option score 5, momentum 5, the same like on silver futures contract, volatility also similar, but when we are jumping here, much more DEX and GEX is sitting predicted move 4 points for today. From open interest 70 main strike, from the upside view of course 100, and between 75, 80, 85, 90, 95. Each time 5 points, $5. From volume perspective, main strike is sitting on 80. Later, first resistance 85.5, 90, and of course 100. Also, the main strike from open interest, the biggest one sitting on the same label, 100. So this cluster should be magnetic. When we are dropping to our GEX chart from whole perspective, the same configuration, so everything is supporting us. And the nearest expiration today, near 12% positive gamma, main strike 80, and everything above is with very big positive GEX perspective, as we can see. But Monday, 78, the biggest strike from negative GEX is sitting, and later right now, as we can see, 80. So 78, 80 perhaps for Monday right now as a main target. So if we are matching together right now, we are a little bit above this zone. So let's check if this channel will hold. If not, risk trigger later, core resistance on 100. So if you have some questions, Fabio, please let me know.
No questions.
So right now, gold and silver, we need to add, of course, dollar, sitting still in the same consolidation. 98, first resistance, 97.3 plus minus 97, we can say is our support. Then we can try to add something else right now to this. Also, when we are looking to volatility index for GBZ, around 4% is predicted. On silver, near 6% predicted move for today. So from my side, I will be finished. So it's time to jump also and check CTA models, how it looks on NQ and SPX, and I will pass to you, Patrick. Right now, ES dropping, Nasdaq also dropping, what we can say plus minus. I know this is 0.04, but this is neutral zone. This is really neutral zone. When we are looking to bigger perspective, please take a look what is going on. Greenland represents CTA positions, so we have a very big divergences. The same stuff is going on Nasdaq. And Patrick, right now, I will switch to you.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back. I hope everything is good on your end and you was having a wonderful week. Remember, this is also our weekly recap. And I don't say it in the last, I think 2 weeks or 3 weeks, but first things first, congratulations, guys. So we are now in the end of the February, we are end of the week. If you be stay in the game here and you listen to us, and congratulations, you was doing an amazing job. Remember, Fabio, Maciej, our goal was in January to deliver with these sessions what we're doing here in the last, I would say, 2 months, helping them to understand MenthorQ better, helping them with actionable insight, helping them with trade ideas that they can stay long-term in the market. And we have now February, 2 months ago. And if you be in the game here, man, congratulations. You was doing an amazing job. So congrats to everyone. For the market, guys, because we are here on the weekly recap, I think what we was learning this week and over and over and over again, as I remember, this week we have 2 major levels who was important. It was basically an do or die setup. We was having this week high vol with high vol ZUDT. I don't remember anymore what day, but I think Monday or Tuesday, where we was talking about, hey, we should be hold high vol ZUDT and high vol because it was matched up so clearly on the indices, on ES and also on NQ, and it was also looking into the VIX. It was also showing up. And if you see setups like this where you can clearly see we are on a major level, and it's so important for us that we hold this then you find a really good setup, by the way. And I'm doing nothing else. I'm looking in all the change. Like we have now open, what have we opened? We have opened the Magnificent 7. We are on the 6-5 minutes. We are on an hourly time frame. If we're looking now into this, what is today really important? You see it with your eyes. Come on, guys. Give me one question. What is really important today? I hope you see it. We're coming down. We're in a downtrend. And we are also coming into, what area are we coming into? Let's do it together. 1 day min. 1 day min. So look at this. Broadcom. We are approaching 1 day min. NVIDIA. We are approaching 1 day min. If we come in to Amazon, we are not at the moment at a 1 day min, but Meta. Guys, take a closer look. We're coming in also to 1 day min. And Google, what we are approaching now really soon, puts support USDT with 1 day min. So we have already here on Microsoft, we are below 1 day min. So if we see something like this, we have 1 day min on Broadcom, on NVIDIA, on Microsoft. Also, where? On Meta and Google. So we have a lot of stocks who are now approaching 1 day min. For the Magnificent 7, I can say to myself, it's so important if we touching 1 day min, that we stay there and possible see this as a reserve area. So to developing our trading plan. And why is this important, Fabio, for the 1 day min? And how is the success rate on the 1 day min and 1 day max? Maybe you can guide them to our backtest data, what you was already doing in the past.
1 second. Let me pull it up. All right. So if you come to our documentation, and I'll send the link here, but basically you can come here under backtesting, and then here we have our gamma levels and 1 day min backtesting, and I'll put the comment here. This is the data is a little bit old, but it's 4 years of data. So we have our success rate of 1 day min, which sits at 87% on SPX, and success of the 1 day max 85%. So that means that on 87% of the days over these past 4 years, the price closed above the 1 day min and below the 1 day max, right? And then we also have some results here also on some of the bigger company, Max 7 companies, and so on. So I posted a link here if you guys want to access it, but it's all available within our guides right there.
All right. So guys, this is why the 1 day min is so powerful, and with the success rate. And we will be also launch very soon our backtest data, Fabio. This is also correct?
Yeah, correct. In around the June timeframe.
So there we have also some really nice surprise for you guys. And then this is how I'm doing this. I'm looking for what could be in the play now, what is important for us for the market to hold. And as you can see, NVIDIA 1 day min. Broadcom again, 1 day min. Meta, 1 day min. Google, 1 day min with put support USDT. Microsoft, now it could be interesting that we come back if the market will be open and we have a strong momentum, for example, to the upside, could be interesting to maybe take a long on Microsoft and targeting the 1 day min with high vol or a straight idea. Only ideas, because we are not fall in love in one direction, to be clarified. We have always a plan A, plan B, and plan C. So we are not fall in love or married in one trading side. And then let's jump into our ES. So we see it also directly. 1 day min, 1 day min, SPY, 1 day min, VIX, upper side, 1-day max. Let's jump into SQQ. We have inverted, 1-day max. So inverted, 1-day max. But on the indices, 1-day min, 1-day min, 1-day min. And now let's come to QQQ, 1-day min. And if you're looking into NDX, at the moment, 1-day min. If you're looking into NQ, again, 1-day min. So guys, this is something what we was also doing this week. We was find out yesterday, if you remember, maybe take a closer look into our yesterday's session. I was talking about how important the core resistance is. Maybe you remember. I was talking about it's so important that if you won't be going long yesterday on ES, SPX, SPY, and QQQ, you have to go through core resistance. We was below core resistance when the market was open. But if you won't have the long, wait until we breaking core resistance. If we don't break core resistance, you have a downside momentum. And we was find out key areas where we was seeing everything is matched to this. And as you can see here also, 1-day min is at the moment the number one was in the play. And here you build your trade idea. Here we now starting, let's jump in, for example, on ES. Let's make this a little bit bigger. So how are we developing now our trading plan? So we find out that the 1-day min is today really important. Okay, so we have one target. So if we get the downside momentum, first we're looking also to the left side. We get rejected. We get here really nice support and resistance. If we come to put support the USDT area. So maybe it's a good idea to take a long here, targeting 1-day min and wait for the reaction and come back to high towards the USDT. Also, if you like more the short side, because you say, hey, the trend is at the moment really strong, I want to short this, all right, then you can use your 1-day min, we came back to 1-day min, as your backup, as your big brother. So what I mean with this, put your stop loss below 1-day min, because if the market comes back and retest 1-day min, you want to see if the trend is strong, the downtrend, and we come back, retest, and fall down to put support. Here we go. But of course, we have all our candles here, candle wicks. We know this area here, we have to be careful with. So here, it's a good idea to take partial profits. If we get continuation, we can target put support the USDT. Put support. But the big brother, 1-day min, we need as backup. So this is how I would build a trading plan. So first, find out what area is really important for the upside. Guys, let me know if you see for the upside, what area is important for us if we want long trend. Of course, you see it here, high vol with high was USDT. This is our range. And we see it really clear where we have a range in this box here between this. So we find out good entry points, good exit points, and we find out what we want not trade. So because what we want not trade, we want not going in the middle. So our plan A, maybe take the short. Plan B, take the long. Plan C, because we have also Friday, we not want to get involved in the range. I know the range is big. It's 90 points, but maybe on Friday, not a good opportunity. But you have at the moment a really good opportunity. Your setup is in the play, but now be patient, wait. And start maybe with a small position size. Think about you live in the Caribbean, yeah, or you make holidays in the Caribbean. Before you're going into the ocean, what you're doing, you're looking into the water if there's something. Sharks, I don't know what else. Animals will try to kill you, maybe. Then you put your feet in the water. You want to see how is the water feeling. Is it warm? Is it cold? How is it? And before you put in your full body in the water, you look again. and see, is there something what could be dangerous for me? And then, phew, you go into the water and swim. And this is exactly also what we can do in trading. First, take a really tiny position, look if I'm right, if there are some big guys who want to take the upper side from my trading ideas. And then if you be in a good move, if you have continuation, you can add to your winners. But don't go full size in the trade. And this is by the way, let's plan it the trading plan. So we have as plan C, we don't want to get in the range here. It's Friday, capital preservation. We have a plan A, the short side, and we have a plan B, targeting high vol with high vol UDT. Of course, we can now talk about NQ. Okay, let's go. Let's go to NQ because I'm liking also the NQ more, to be really honest. But I'm sure we have something same. All right, let's go. We are at the moment not at the 1 day min. And oh yeah, this is a really nice rule because we are now talking about 1 day min. Do you remember? I think I was talking about this, I don't know, 2 weeks ago, about the rule, what I personally believe about 1 day min and 1 day max. I know how many years I be here on MenthorQ, Fabio, since we released futures. Yeah, I think 2 years.
2 years.
2.5 years. 2 years. All right. Okay. There's some rule. What I find out on my end, if you ask me if I was backtesting this, no. But I have enough stream time and I'm observed this. So when is a 1 day min valid? So we're talking about 1 day min. Okay. If you're trading NQ, so you have to look into ES, SPX, and also QQQ, and find out if we already breaking 1 day min also. If you trade, for example, ES, then look into NQ, SPX, QQQ. Why? Because what we was seeing, if you remember, going back to ES, we was below 1 day min on ES, correct? And you see also that we get some pullback now. I would say we're not breaking 1 day min in total. Why? Because of the confluence between SPX and also NDX. We can say with confidence, oops, sorry guys. We can say with confidence, if we breaking 1 day min on NQ, ES, SPX, and QQQ all together, then we can say, okay, the 1 day min is really breaking. Because sometimes you see cheating. What I mean with cheating, if we're talking about the 1 day min, then most of the time, below 1 day min, you will find put support or put support UDT. If someone of them like NQ or ES is breaking 1 day min, but the other not, then very often we go to the next major level, put support or put support UDT. The same goes for 1 day max. By the way, if we see that NQ is breaking 1 day max, but SPX, ES, or QQQ is not breaking 1 day max, it's not valid. Then look for the next one, call resistance or call resistance UDTE. And if we touching call resistance or call resistance UDT, very often we touching also on the other side, the 1 day max. Only as little tiny review. But now let's talk about a game plan. So first of all, 1 day min. We have open space. We was talking about yesterday, our A+ setup. Open space. If you be a pro trader, guys, and we have really soon next week, the morning preps in our pro room, and we have open mic. We answer all your questions. We developing our trading plans together. This would be really amazing, by the way. If you're not a pro member, it's the best time to sign up. Squeeze Fabio for a really great price. Send him a message. Be an Italiano and say, hey, I need a good price. Give me something good. All right. So guys, okay. For the long side, 1 day min. Let's touch 1 day min. Let's wait until we come to 1 day min. And then looking for the long side and targeting high vol, put support UDTE. And do you remember? I know we was in the before NVIDIA earnings. Man, there was, here we had 1 day max. Let's say we have here 1 day max. And here we have GEX 5. And we was all talking in the pro room, man, we hate GEX 5 because we was looking for a shot, yeah? So what was happened? It was coming to GEX 5. We're hanging around on GEX 5. Nothing really happened. We're holding this. We come back to 1 day max. And then NVIDIA earnings coming and we're breaking through this. Maybe you remember. And because we remember about the GEX 5 and the 1 day max, what setup we have now? 1 day min, GEX 5. So we see something similar what we were seeing with the 1 day max before NVIDIA earnings. So we have GEX 5. Maybe GEX 5 could be now our re-entry. So, but we have to take closer look into this. This is how we can develop a plan A for the long side. For the upside, all right. So let's wait until we're breaking 1 day min and targeting maybe here our candle here. But be careful. Here we was rejected 1 times, 2 times, 3 times. Maybe it's also a good long entry here. So this is how you can build this, by the way. And the cool thing is, if you have the MenthorQ levels on your side, what you can do this with every single time what you need. You love maybe now, I don't know what you love. Apple. Let's talk about Apple. By the way, I have nothing from Apple. So I'm not a big Apple fan. All right, so how we can now develop a plan for Apple, guys? So first we find out what is our major area. So we have a major area. We have here our box between 1 day max, call resistance, and gamma vol UDT. I think if you're looking into the left side, everybody would be agree with me, correct? I believe. If not, I'm sorry, I cannot help you. Then, and the downside, we have 1 day min with high vol UDT. So by the way, we have now our range. We find out, because of the gamma levels, we find out our range. So we have a range from here and we have a range from here. And we was talking about this. If we find out a range, what gamma levels are important for us? Do you remember we was talking about this on Monday or Tuesday? I don't know, because I was saying to you, hey, the market was not changed. We can skip this. So here we go. What's important now? GEX 2, GEX 1. No major levels are at the moment important. Important only GEX 2 and GEX 1. And here we can build our trading set. We can build our plan A for short or long on GEX 2, and we can plan our trade on GEX 1. So now we can make a decision when we're coming to GEX 1. What's GEX 1? 273. All right. So now we can make a plan. Do you like more to target core resistance with core resistance UDT and gamma 1 UDT? Ask the question what you want to see. What layers you want to have. So what you want to see. If you want target the downside to GEX 1, also what you want to see. And then ask yourself, is this a good time to going long? Is this a good time to going short? Or because we stay in the range, maybe plan C, it's not a good time. And also look to the left side, how important the GEX 2 is. Yeah, you see it here. Look at this. This is GEX 2 area here. We having before, we're building support, then we're breaking through this, we retest this, we're breaking, retest this, breaking, and now, did we get again a retest? Question. So this is how you can build your trading plans. First, find out where you have your big target areas, big areas like we have here with 1 day max core resistance, 1 day min high volt UDT. And then define for yourself what gamma levels are in the play. And then build around the gamma levels your trading plan. You can do this for stocks, you can do this for indices, you can do this for metals, you can do this for crude, you can do this for bonds, you can do this for everything. And one thing what is really cool, by the way, and I know I'm talking a lot today, I'm so sorry, guys. But what's really important, you can do this every single day. You open your charts, the levels are plotted, and you do nothing else as what I was showing you now. And then you're building your trading edge with this. Now you have a trading plan, maybe with Apple. All right. But the big question is, what is your strategy? Are you being order flow trader? Are you looking for SMA's crossover? Are you looking for RSI? Are you looking for options data? What's your edge? Where are you looking for? Where are you good with? And then you combine this all together. MenthorQ gives you the second confirmation. It helps you to see the market much easier. All right, guys, enough from my side. Time to make some money, but again, capital preservation.
So as you said, if you guys want to join our pro, I pasted the link in the chat. Send us an email at info@mentorq.com. And if not, we're going to be back next week on Monday. And and guys, thank you for being here. And good luck for the rest of the week. And see you guys next week. Thank you, Patrick. Thank you, Maciej. Bye-bye.
Have a good one. Bye-bye.